This is about a cop who was thrown to jail for something he claims he didn't do, and he in the beginning of the movie he escapes prison and checks into a hotel in New York and steps up on a ledge to sort of he's threatening to jump, but what he's really orchestrating is a heist. But the object of the heist is stealing the proof of his innocence. And he's doing that with the help of a few friends, family. Well, I like in general as a genre, but also as a theme, to play with the balance between what's real and what's not real. I think that's an appealing factor to any filmmaker, because the whole medium is about creating something that feels real out of something that's not. So it's fascinating to take that theme straight directly into a movie, into the language of the movie, into the life that the characters are creating. So here's a guy, Nick Cassidy, who's creating a reality. He's creating it, but it's fiction. It's something he's invented. He's invented the idea that he's some guy standing out on a ledge threatening to jump. That's a reality he's orchestrating for everybody to believe. He literally forces moments of extreme noise down in the crowd, like oohs and ahs, like he's threatening to jump, and he's counting down, and 3, 2, 1, and just as he's almost jumping, people scream and shout, but on the other side of the street, a few blocks down, there's an explosion, and his brother and his brother's girlfriend are breaking through a roof into the building where they're going to steal this diamond. So, you know, it's directly related, and it's got a ticking clock, sort of, in that sense, you know? Knowing Sam and knowing that he's got this, like, unique physical, it's almost like a neurological memory of his past movements and emotions, that if he experienced it and then we move it inside, that we had half a chance of keeping that alive. And I must say, I had sleepless nights over it, not knowing how much it would actually translate to the stage set. But once we got there, this extreme neurological memory, you know, muscle memory, mind memory, is like, it was flabbergasting to me how it actually translated straight back into the stage, like we were still out there on the 21st floor, 21 stories up. I couldn't believe it, actually. The reality is, I think, today, that people know cinematic language so much, and they know just by instinct, the physicality of you know, if you see a hotel, if you see a room and a ledge, and all of a sudden there's a camera behind the actors, you know, they know instinctively that that's fake, that there's no wall behind them. They know where the wall is. Do you know what I mean? You can cheat some stuff, but you can't base so much of a movie on that. And so it was a real danger, and well, thank God when they showed up that they, you know, they just did it and amazed us all by doing it. How can we tell this story of a man on a ledge and be able to show it with such a vibrancy in the camera work that it actually doesn't just fall flat against that wall? You know, that was a huge challenge. So that's why, you know, we were out scouting all kinds of houses and buildings with ledges, but none of them gave us any opportunities to have cranes and move around the cameras and so on and so on. That's why we decided ultimately to build this room on top of a hotel. So it's a very dramatic movie. It's got a lot of, I mean, it's got a lot of classic themes. You know, a guy on the run, an ordinary guy who's been innocently framed. You know, it's like classic themes that I love, that is ramped up in a modern language, and then to simply, you know, having a guy like Nick Cassidy step out on a ledge and make it feel real and shoot it in a way that's never seen before. I think it's a crazy ordeal. And the scope of that, you know, the scope of how it's shot is sort of I think, mind-blowing. But at the same time, without feeling constructed.